Good morning, everyone. We just returned from our 3-day trip to Israel, and it was the most meaningful trip of my life. This week's Torah portion begins with the story of Abraham, our forefather, who was sitting at the door of his tent, looking for guests to invite into our home. And our rabbis explained that Abraham had just undergone circumcision at the age of 99, and despite his pain, he overlooked his pain to seek an opportunity to do kindness, to invite strangers into his home. And then he sees 3 people walking towards him, and he runs towards them and invites them into his tent to serve them a lavish meal. And our rabbis explained that these 3 people weren't ordinary people, they were actually angels, and each one was on a mission. The first one came to heal Abraham from his circumcision. The second one came to bless Sarah and tell her that she was going to have a child. And the third one was going to destroy the wicked, cruel cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. And the question that the rabbis ask is, if the third angel was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, why did it have to come to Abraham's tent? The first 2 had to arrive there because one had to heal Abraham and one had to notify Sarah that they were going to have a child. She was going to have a child with Abraham. But the third one had nothing to do with Abraham and Sarah's tent. They should have gone straight to Sodom and Gomorrah. And our rabbis give a fascinating answer. And the answer is that before the third angel could condemn Sodom for their cruelty and their wickedness, he had to witness firsthand the kindness of Abraham and Sarah. Because by only understanding the capacity of the human being to be kind, loving, and generous, and selfless, could they understand the depth of the cruelty of the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. And I feel like history is repeating itself. We witnessed the worst cruelty, the worst savagery, the worst brutality ever known to mankind. I don't think in the annals of history there's been such cruelty like what we heard firsthand from people who witnessed and heard firsthand accounts of what happened on October 7th. To call them terrorists is being overly kind. They're demonic monsters, the people who did what they did from Hamas. But when you contrast that with the capacity of human beings to be kind and loving, like we witnessed in the last 3 days, it only highlights the contrast and how the worst of human nature witnessed by what Hamas did has brought out the very best of human nature in the land of Israel and amongst the Jewish people. This was a testimony, this trip, to the depth of love and kindness and unity amongst the Jewish people. Starting with the brave soldiers who are on the front lines, ready to go into Gaza to defend and protect Jewish life. And they're happy to do it, to serve their country, to protect their family. And then the reservists, who are people who left their jobs and their families and are sitting on the front lines for weeks now waiting for orders. People who are professionals, doctors, lawyers, all different professions, who gave it all up to come and protect Am Yisrael. To witness the outpouring of love and support from around the world. People around the world sending large donations of support. Just our community alone, the funds that we raised within a few days to help our brothers and sisters in Israel. When we arrived in Ben Gurion, there are not a lot of people arriving, but everyone who's arriving is arriving with 10, 20 suitcases, duffel bags filled with supplies. To witness people in Israel going to the army bases to cheer up the Chayalim, to bring them food, to make barbecues, to provide celebrations. To witness the kindness within Israel. We went to a Hamal, which is a war room, but it's a 5-story building with 500 volunteers. One floor is a clothing store for people, refugees from their communities who need clothing. They just come and take whatever they want. Brand new clothing, shoes, anything you want. The other floor is counseling for people, food for people. One floor is like a big Costco with every imaginable supply. And hundreds of volunteers filling orders. People just call in and order what they need. And these volunteers collect it in boxes. And then there's hundreds of volunteers who are like Uber drivers. They come and pick it up and deliver your order to your house free. Whatever you need. To see the generosity, the love, the care that everyone has for one another. We see the witness, the seed of Abraham, the descendants of Abraham's kindness. And like Abraham, who despite his pain from circumcision, does kindness. The people in Israel are in excruciating pain, but they overlook their pain and say, how could I be of help to others? We went to a Shiva home of a beautiful young 20-year-old Israeli girl who was murdered on the army base defending Israel. and her parents are weeping and grieving as they sit Shiva in Rishon LeZion. And there's another couple coming to comfort these parents who just lost their 20-year-old daughter, their only daughter. And then we're told that this couple just got up from Shiva from the loss of their son. And after they got up from Shiva, they came to comfort the family and the community that lost their daughter. Everyone's in pain, but working through the pain and saying, we're now going to stand together as a nation, and we're going to fight back, and we're going to defend our homeland, and we're going to protect our people, and we're going to love each other like never before. Menachem Begin, a blessed memory, used to say that his father would tell him that the Jewish people are like a hand. Every finger on the hand doesn't have much strength on its own, can't accomplish much. But when you put the hand together into a fist, it has tremendous strength. This is a fist to fight the evil in the world, starting with Hamas. But it's also a fist of strength and unity. And when we collect our fingers together as a nation, we could accomplish tremendous things because we have unparalleled strength and might. Have a meaningful day.